no matter who you are, there's a good chance that you have at least some kind of goal, whether it has to do with health, wealth, relationships. Could be that you're trying to lose weight, trying to get yourself back in shape, trying to get off those drugs that those doctors have been giving you for your blood pressure or whatever it is. It could be that you have financial goals. It could be that you have investing goals. It could be that you have goals that have to do with your business. Maybe you're an entrepreneur or a small business owner, or maybe you have goals that have to do with your career. Whatever it is, a lot of people ask me this question: what's the fastest way, Tony, to achieve my goals? And that's what this video is all about. And to help you understand what by far the fastest way is, I want to have you look at this graph. And this is the graph about the results that you want to achieve. And this axis here is about the time that it will actually take for you to achieve those goals. Okay? So when I say the results that you want to achieve, from the lowest to the highest, this is the top. This is the best that you could possibly achieve. And time, obviously, is from taking a little bit of time to a lot of time. Okay? And also this could be an arrow that goes upwards, because it depends on maybe certain kinds of goals that you have. You could be, there's no limits, you know? Okay, so one of the ways, and basically in this model, I'm going to talk to you about 4 different ways that there are to achieve your goals. So the first way is what a lot of people do, is to do it all alone. You know, because sometimes people say, I don't want to spend any money. I just want to, try to do it all by myself. Sometimes people do that for pride, because they say, I want to be able to say that I figured this all out by myself. Could be for any reason. At any rate, when you do that though, my experience tells me that this could take a very long time for you to get from where you are now to where you want to be. So eventually, if you keep doing this and you keep on track, you'll get there, but how long is that going to take you? And these, we could have these as increments of time, like years. This could be a year, this could be another year, could be a month, could be a week, could be days, however you want to measure it. So at any rate, doing it by yourself could take a long, long time. There's another way though. One way that you could do this, you could start going to courses and seminars. And today you can find those online. You can go to live events, live seminars. And if you do that, you're going to get a condensed information, and you're going to be able to, if you apply that information that you got, given that the person who explained it to you and gave you the materials that you need to be able to understand, helped you really to understand exactly what you need to do, and that will enable you to get to where you want to get to faster than if you do it by yourself. Okay, so this is do it yourself. This is seminars or courses. Okay, but above all, the fastest way possible, there's no doubt about it, is to get yourself a coach or a mentor. A coach or a mentor. A coach or a mentor, and when I say a coach or a mentor, I mean somebody who's actually going to guide you through the process of getting from where you are to where you want to be. Now, here's the thing. If you do get a coach or a mentor, I believe, and this is what I look for when I get a coach, and I'm a perennial student. I love learning. I love growing. Even at my age, I love reading books that are going to teach me how to do things that have to do with what I want, with my goals. I love taking courses and seminars. I look at webinars. I'm on people's email lists, because I'm always I'm like a sponge, because I know that by learning more, I'm going to make more headway, which is what I really want. So a coach or a mentor, I believe, and I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to give you some food for thought. So when you look for a coach or a mentor, here's what I suggest that your coach or your mentor has for characteristics. I'm going to write them over here. I would write them here, but there's not enough space. The first characteristic that I believe that I look for in a coach is it has to be someone who has already done what I'm trying to do. I don't want somebody who thinks they know. I don't want somebody who says they know. I don't want somebody who says, I know somebody else who knows, and I think maybe you should do this. No. I want somebody who has already done what I'm trying to do. All right? That's what I want. The second characteristic I look for is somebody who has the knowledge. I want somebody who has the knowledge to be able to get me from where I am to where I want to go. Now, you might say, if they've already done it, Tony, then there's a good chance that they probably already have the knowledge. And I say not necessarily. There's a good chance, but not necessarily. And here's the reason why I say that. Because if this person right here was spoon-fed, if they just fell into it, if they are, like they say in Italy, which is where I live, and I've been living here for a long time, daddy's little boy, which really means that they grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth and they really didn't have to work very hard. Not necessarily this person is going to have the knowledge that I need to get me from where I am in my situation to where I need to be, because he's never been there. The third characteristic, for me, this is so important. This person, my mentor, my coach, needs to be a really good communicator, because talking and communicating are two different things. I want somebody who's able to explain things to me in a very simple way. I don't need big words. I don't need you to help me to understand how intelligent you are. Explain it to me, as Denzel Washington said, as the lawyer of Tom Hanks in the movie Philadelphia. He said, explain it to me as if I were a 5-year-old. That's the kind of explanation that I want. Just explain it to me in a very simple way. I need you to be able to communicate to me so I can get it. Okay? Then I need somebody willing to communicate to me, to help me, who really wants to help me. Because it's easy to find somebody, or relatively easy to find somebody who can sit down with you over a cup of coffee and give you some tips and advice. But if I need more than tips and advice, I need somebody who's going to tuck me under their wing and guide me through the process step by step. That's what I need. And if I have to pay you for that, then so be it. Okay? Then another characteristic that I look for is somebody who holds me accountable. So if my coach tells me to do something and I do it, but it doesn't quite work the way my coach explained it to me, I want somebody, first of all, when we do the next coaching session, before we move on, because it's not just about teaching me stuff, it's about making me able to do those things and be effective at it. So when we do the next coaching session, the first question my coach is going to ask me is, did you do what I told you to do last time? How did it go? And then I could say, well, I did it, but it didn't right work. And so I want him to ask me questions. So what did you do? Explain to me how you did it. And then so that he can help me to find, or she can help me to find what it is that I did wrong and help me to fix it and put me back on track. That's what I want. I want you to kick me in my butt and make sure that I did what I was supposed to do. And then I ultimately look for someone that I can trust. I want somebody that I can trust. Now, this is something that you can't always readily see right off the bat. And sometimes you need time to see whether or not this is really somebody that you can trust. But I need that. And when I run into a situation where I see that I can't trust this person isn't showing up, this person really doesn't care about my success, or maybe he's not telling me the whole truth, or maybe he's misleading me because so that I'll stay in the program longer so that he can make more money. Once I get to that point, I'm like, we're done. I need somebody I can trust. Okay? So that's what I look for when I look for a coach or a mentor. Now, here's something else I'm going to tell you. If you do this by yourself, then, with regard to money, you might go anywhere from 0 to spending a little bit of money to get some of this information that you're looking for that's going to teach you how to do what you really want to do. If you go to courses and seminars, you're going to have to shell out a little bit more money. And when you get yourself a coach, I can tell you, if you get yourself a good coach, then you're going to have to pull out some more money. But here's the thing. And I would, if you're not used to this, train yourself. This is one of the hottest pieces of advice that I could possibly give you. And when you catch yourself saying, How much is this course going to cost? How much is this coach going to cost me? Train yourself. Catch yourself first when you say that and say, that's not the right word to use. Not for achieving my goals, it's not. It's not about how much it's going to cost. It's about how much I'm going to invest. That's what it's about. And if you look at it that way, if you look at spending this money, whichever you decide to do, as an investment, the word investment automatically should put you in the frame of mind that if I invest money, the reason I invest it is because I'm looking to get a return on that investment. That's why I invest. Several years ago, actually we're talking about 17 years ago now, I remember one of the first major investments that I made, getting a coach. I spent $5,000 to get a guy to help me to build a continuity program. And it's like an ongoing training program that people buy, and their credit cards get booked every month for this information that you put together and this course that you put together, and that they can consume, whenever they want. Well, I remember when I told my wife that I spent $5,000, she was like, "You're crazy, you don't even know these guys. How did you meet him?" And I said, "Well, I met him on the internet." "On the internet? Are you crazy?" She was going off. And I was like, "Baby, just hold on a second." I said, if I'm gonna spend this money, I'm looking to get a return on that investment. I know that what they're saying, I've been following this guy, he has all these characteristics, and I just know that I'm gonna get a result. And one of the reasons I know that is because I've decided that I'm gonna get this result. I'm gonna get it, okay? But that's a whole nother video, it's about beliefs. Anyway, I spent the $5,000. Over the course of the next 2 years, in that continuity program that I built, my revenues were $45,000 just in that program. And so it's about getting a return on your investment, all right? So I said that there were 4 ways to achieve your goals. And I also said that this video was about the fastest way, and this is and remains the fastest way that I know of to achieve your goals. But there is one other way that can help you. And I would put that here. And that is community. There's not a whole lot of space here, so I'm going to write it right here. And what does that mean? That means surrounding yourself with quality people. Surrounding yourself with people who can really give you ideas, who can help you, who can show you, who can introduce you to people, who have already done what you're trying to do. But maybe they're not coaches that you can pay. Maybe they're not people who are going to take you under their wing, but they're people that you can learn from by osmosis. You can observe them, you're close to them. And so this is one of the things that I say. If you've ever read the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and if you haven't read it, I would highly suggest, if you have goals that you want to reach, I would highly suggest that you read that book. It's when you read it, you may be thinking about how to get rich, how to make more money, but it might not be about that. Maybe your goal isn't about that, and that's okay. But I believe that you will get some really, really good nuggets from that book. One of those nuggets is what Napoleon Hill said. He said that if you take the average salary of the 5 people that you hang around with the most, it's very likely that your salary is in that range. So if we're talking about money and we're talking about salary, that's one thing. But just think of what that could mean with regard to your goals. If you want to start your own online business, for example, and you don't know how to do that, but your friends, none of your friends have an online business. None of your friends know anything about that. And those are the people that you spend most of your time with. You hang out with them, you go fishing with them, you go to sporting events with them, you play ball with them, and all of your conversations are about other stuff, and it's not about what your goals are. How much do you think you're going to learn from those people? And so if you're thinking that I'm trying to get you to dish your friends, no. I'm just saying, if you really want to reach your goals in the fastest way possible, my personal advice is to go find a community of people who have already done this, who love this, who are also interested in doing this, who are also so passionate about this. And when you do that, you're going to learn some stuff. You're going to learn some tidbits and some pieces and get some pieces of advice that you could start to implement. And if you say, well, I don't know where to find these people. Today, in today's world, these don't necessarily have to be people that you actually know and have actually met and see physically. On the internet, it's possible to meet anybody. All you have to do is Google whatever your goal is and see who's out there. There are thought leaders out there. There are people who have courses and seminars out there. And here's another thing I'm going to tell you. Where's a good place to start building your community? If you go here, to courses and seminars, you're going to learn not only from the people who are on stage, you're going to learn from the people who are in the audience. Because on the breaks, at lunch, at dinner, if it's more than a one-day event, you're going to be able to talk to people who are at this very same seminar for the same reason you're there. Because either they're trying to do what you're trying to do. You're going to find that there's people who are much further ahead than you are. And those are great people to talk to. How did you get there? You're going to find people who are behind you, who are not even as far along as you are. You might find people at your same level. That's where you want to go. And to keep in contact with those people and to be part of that community is going to help you to get to where you want to get to faster than if you do this. All right? So, like I said, you can either do it yourself, you can go take courses and seminars or read self-help books. You can get yourself a coach or a mentor, which is the fastest way by far to achieve your goals. And whatever you do, whether you do this, or this, I would do this anyway. Create yourself a community. Go find these people. There's nothing worse than feeling all alone. And there's nothing better than being in a group of like-minded people who share your passion and who want to do what you want to do. That's great. All right? So I hope this was helpful. And like I always say, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to give you some food for thought. So if you like this video, please share it with someone you think who might need it. And whatever you do, subscribe to my channel because I got a lot more stuff to say. And I'll see you in the next video.